Hi everyone, I'm Julia and I'm a registered dietitian and I'm going to talk today about breastfeeding basics. So I'm just going to go through the supplies that I recommend really quickly, and I'm going to be having a webinar where I can go into a lot more detail about the supplies, my experiences with my three kids, the common mistakes. I'm going to go through them today, but I'm going to talk more detail in my webinar. So I will let you know when that's available. Okay, so for the first supply, also I have my daughter right here next to me so I can keep an eye on her, so I apologize if she makes any noises, but that's just her. She's 9 months old. Um, all right, so the first thing I have here is a boppy pillow. There's all different kinds and brands and shapes and sizes, so you can find one that you like, but that's going to be so important for nursing baby to help keep your back supported and your neck, to make it really comfortable and easy to nurse, especially in the very beginning when your baby's really tiny. It's easy to hold the baby up for a couple minutes, but after a few minutes, you're going to start, you know, letting your arms go down. You're going to start hunching over, and you really don't want to do that. That's the first thing. The second thing I recommend is some sort of a cover. So there's all different kinds of these also, but this is going to make it so you can cover yourself up when you're out for nursing, but also for covering up when you're pumping when you're out, or even if you're home and you have people over. This is just going to make it really comfortable for you to be successful breastfeeding. The other thing that I have here is some lanolin cream. This is just like ointment that you can put on your nipples so that they don't crack. I like it as preventative, so before your nipples might crack or get irritated, this is really going to help prevent it from getting really uncomfortable. All right, so for pumping, I really recommend pumping. I have a Medela bag, so this is kind of what mine looks like. It's very old. I used it for both my daughters. So it comes with a lot of stuff, but something it doesn't come with is this thing that holds up the pieces to you. So you can be hands-free. They make all different kinds, so that doesn't really matter. Trying to find the brand of this one. Not really sure the brand of the one I have, but it really doesn't matter. They're all kind of the same. So I recommend having extra of these for cleaning purposes, making it easy. You don't have to constantly be cleaning everything. And I also recommend getting the bigger sizes of these too. It's always good, to have extra stuff. For the pumping bag, I really recommend if you're working or if you're out a lot to get a car charger, so that way you can use your pump while you're in the car. It does come with this one came with a battery charger, but it takes 8 batteries and it goes through them really quick. So I don't really love using it, but it's really makes me feel comfortable having all that backup. The other thing I keep in my bag is hand sanitizer, but that's up to you. Okay, so for making pumping easy when you're out and when you're working, this is what I do. So this is the bag that Medela gives you, and it comes with an ice pack. I recommend getting a second ice pack because there's been many times that I forgot to put mine in the freezer. So that's really helpful. So this bag is nice. So like when you fill these up, you can keep them in here. It closes really nice, but the problem is that it doesn't fit this with the attachment on it. And that is key for me when I'm at work because I want to be able to pump as quickly as possible. So that's why I have this bag. It's much taller. It fits this whole thing inside. So you can pump, put it in, and take it out. And that way you don't have to take apart pieces and clean them or worry about that. So I like having this bag. I got this from the hospital, so I don't know, but it's a cooler pack, and it's just a perfect shape for this. I think it's like a bottle, a cooler for your bottles, so you can look that up. I think the last thing is the storage bag. So I really like the Lancino brand. I actually don't like the Medela brand because I just don't like the tops of that one. I rip it really easy, and they're small. These are really big, and they're just really good quality. So those are all the supplies that I recommend. There's lots of things out there that you definitely don't need, but there's lots of other, gadgets and things that you can have too. A couple really important things for you. drink enough water, eat enough food. That's huge for keeping your supply up. Pumping often, nursing often, not skipping sessions. Also, taking a prenatal is really important, and knowing the storage rules for breast milk and the parts and pieces. A couple of the common mistakes that I just want to just throw out there just to give you some things to think about. Skipping pumping sessions is a huge mistake. Improper storing and handling of the milk. Judging your supply by your pumping output, really inaccurate. Supplementing. This is huge. I'm going to talk a lot about this in my webinar. Supplementing formula. So this is a really important topic. Also, thinking that pain is normal. So when it comes to actually latching and nursing, if you're having trouble, just know that pain is not normal and you can reach out to a lactation consultant for help. And trying to feed on a schedule. That's also a really common mistake. Babies aren't on schedules. And there's something called cluster feeding. So know all of these things are really common mistakes and that are preventable. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Also, look out for my webinar so that you can learn even more about all this stuff and maybe not make some of the same mistakes I made with my first two children. So it took me 3 times to be, perfect with breastfeeding. Just know that it is not the easiest thing, but it is something really great. So don't let people bring you down about it or make you feel bad or awkward or anything like that. It's one of the best things that you can do for your baby and for you too. So that's all I have for you. Thanks for watching. And again, let me know if you have questions and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you. Bye-bye.